Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier in the Air. That's right, in the air, not on the air. So, special edition episode today. I'm gonna have my normal trash in the hood. Gonna have possibly a Zen moment. I'll have a Zen moment, and then the rest of the show is gonna be dedicated to myself and Brother Rob's Pumpkin Tasting 2024. We don't have as many selections this year because we got a really late going on it. But we have four good ones we think will be good, at least four. Maybe we can squeeze one or two more in if we can find them. But we're going to go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and jump right in it. I'm not sure how long this episode's going to be. If it goes too long, I'll make it a part two for the next episode. But I'm hoping that I can squeeze it all into this one. So let's see how it goes. Let's go to our Trash in the Hood. Dark Frog Social Media presents Trash in the Hood, weeks 118 and 119. Hey everybody, so this is week 118, day one, which means it's a Monday. So great going here. A large number of cigarette butts. Unbelievable the amount that I found. Wasn't a record, but it was damn close. Also some weed whacker string, lots of torn paper and receipts and whatnot because of obviously the crews were out there mowing. Soda bottle, but actual glass bottle, along with a bunch of other weird stuff. A glove, always one glove, never a pair, and then lots of paper and such. This was week 119, day two. I didn't get much done in 118 because that was the week of Halloween. But there, as you see here, beverage containers and cigarette boxes and a handful of cigarette butts, not as much as usual. Beverage containers, like I said, and soda bottles and lots of torn up paper from like different various food wrappers. It must have been day two, which is a Tuesday. Day one must have been food day because there's a lot of wrappers from that day. It's pretty crazy. Here we are, week 119, day four. So this is a Thursday. You see here, there's a couple of soda cans or Red Bull cans. Mostly a lot of big pieces of paper and junk and receipts, but mostly like just almost like they're not bags, but it is paper, but it's not like a paper bag or anything. But a lot of that Ziploc baggie with an orange in it. I broke my grabber, so that's in the mix now too. And then just about 40 cigarette butts. So it sounds bad, but that's about the usual. And here's week 119, day five. So I don't normally walk on a day five, but I felt the need to get out there. And so I just wandered around the neighborhood, went down a lot of streets that I normally don't get a chance to because they're very small and they're usually not much there. But anyway, found a grocery bag full of empty beer cans, paper and Gatorade bottles, a tennis ball, lots of torn up paper. Again, the mowing crew must have been out there on some of these streets. Only about 25, 28, maybe 30 cigarette butts, and then most of it was just overall junk. All right. I like to call this one, which was week 119, day six, my blue Java walk, and I'll explain that here in a second with it's a picture. So this was one of my normal routes that I do on a Saturday, which is to go out to the coffee location, Mojo Coffee, and get some coffee, walk all the way there from the house, and then walk all the way back. So this time we found a lot of stuff in there. So it's been a couple weeks since I've been out there, so this was expected. But there's a lot of beverage containers and candy wrappers and just a lot of larger pieces of paper that either don't get caught by the mowing team or they just get blown out of people's cars or they actually get thrown out there. So, and then there was about 42, 43 cigarette butts. But if you notice at the top, there is a very interesting line of bottles, and let me show you the next photo. So this is the bottles that I was talking about. So if you see there at the bottom, you'll see that there's just a bottle of amyl nitrate or poppers, if you know the term, and a tequila bottle. But at the top, there are these little blue glass bottles that have some sort of, I think it says it's a plant or herbal supplement. There are a bunch of warnings on this as to who can't drink it or be of a certain age in order to purchase these. They're little 2-ounce bottles, and we started finding them like as we were almost to the coffee place, and then we found a ditch that just had an unbelievable amount of these bottles. So as you see here, there's 35, which includes the broken one. And it is crazy how many bottles were out there. So I guess this is a new trend for teens or for young adults or even for older adults, but there's some either a crew or there's a group of people that get together and drink them here. A large amount of them were also found in the ditch, like I said, behind the gas station, so they might be purchasing from there. Don't know. But it's not illegal. As far as I can tell, it's using something called kratom in it, which is, I think, a caffeine derivative of some sort. But it's crazy the amount. So if you notice, it seems how nice they are to put the cap on there, but then they throw it in the or they throw it on the ground, and they throw it on the grass. They throw it in the ditch. So don't know what the reasoning is behind that, but I thought it was interesting to show you the picture. But these two are just the same picture in a different angle. So interesting what's out there. Maybe we'll see what the next 2 weeks brings us. Okay, so there you have it. There's the pickup for the past 2 weeks. Like I said, week 118 was Halloween week, so I didn't get out there as much as I was doing little stuff here and there for the Halloween night. Shout out to my nephew and his band, Eternal Moon. They were playing on Halloween night, so if you were in the area of Wintergreen Trail, which is out there off of either Spicewood Springs Parkway, and in between that and Anderson Mill, he was out there in my brother's garage tearing it up. Did a good job. If you like that kind of music, it was really good. If you don't, it's nice to listen to anyway. So there was a lot of people out there for Halloween, so it was really good. So now we're going to go to a Zen moment, because the rest of the show is going to be about the pumpkin tasting. So let's go ahead and get to our Zen moment. Okay, so there you have it, a little homage to what is going to transpire. So now we're going to have our pumpkin beer tasting, we being myself and Brother Rob this time. We've had various individuals over the years. We've had a lot of people, we've had a few people, or it's just he and I. So it really depends. This year we got a really late going on this, so we don't have as many selections. And again, it's just going to be Brother Rob and I. So I've been doing this for about 5 years now. Still waiting to hear back from folks who make some of these beers. If we trash them, feel free to send us samples and let us know why you think your beer should be rated higher. And remember, these are pumpkin beers. We may have a special guest or two for some of the beers, but as far as the type of beer, but this is our pumpkin beer tasting, even though it's getting a little bit late. I know it's it's still a couple weeks off for Thanksgiving, but as far as pumpkin beers go, they start releasing them late August, early September these days, and then by October, November, you're down to just a handful left, is like we are right now. So, without further ado, here is our pumpkin tasting 2024. Here's how we start.
And it's an ale, so it's not. I think a lot of the other ones are going to be more like a stout. So.
Okay, so that's an ale. It's going to be more. The rest will be more like a
Lighter.
stout, and so it should be lighter as well.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do a full beer. However, please judge our reactions and our facial features. The more we get into this. So we're going to start with Brother Rob as I do my thing. Tell us what you think.
It smells a little.
Not skunky, but
Yeah, almost skunky, but pumpkiny, I guess.
it's pumpkiny. That's what, it's almost like pumpkin going bad.
It's not bad. It doesn't have a strong pumpkin flavor, but it's not like a bad flavor.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
a little. It doesn't have a lot of spice to it. Like I think some of these other ones are going to have more spice and flavors added to enhance the pumpkin, but
Okay. So here I go. Yeah, I don't like it. I
I don't like it. But like I said, it's not terrible. So.
All right. So what's your out of 10? What are you giving it?
I'm going to give it like a 4.
All right. So you gave it a 4. I'm gonna probably give it a 4 as well. Like Rob said, it's not great. It's not horrible. I don't see myself drinking more than this. Unfortunately, I got a 4-pack, so we'll have to see if I can fob it off on others. This is Shipyard. So Shipyard, if you have a problem with our rating, please feel free to contact me on my show, and we can talk more about it. So now we're going to finish off the glass, maybe cleanse the palate, and move on to our next one. Here's selection number 2. This is a Left Hand Brewing Company. This is the
Pumpkin spice.
yes, and he told me to get ready. Pumpkin Spice Latte Nitro, and it is a 7.0 ABV. So Rob's gonna do his pour first, and then I'm gonna go next and see. Remember, the first one was a 4 for both of us, and now this one we'll see how it is. So again, we had to get it in a growler,
Yeah.
and so
Compliments of Whole Foods Domain. Thank you, Whole Foods Domain.
yes,
Only place
who's
you can
not
find-
paying us, by the way, so this is still a free show. Go ahead and take it away, Rob, while I'm pouring myself one.
So it looks a little flat. Like I don't get a lot of, probably because it's been sitting there for like a week in the growler. But
Well, yeah, it's actually pretty flat, so.
yeah, it's a little flat. But you know, it is pumpkin spice, so it's got the spice to it, which is not bad. I tasted it fresh, and it was pretty good. But yeah, this is pretty flat. We waited too long.
We waited too long.
Sorry, left hand.
Sorry, Left Hand. That's what we get for taking too long to get on the show, to get everything coordinated. We did have Halloween week with this guy's son, my nephew, who Eternal Moon, which by the way is out there on Spotify if you want to check out his music. He has a couple of songs out there. Eternal Moon, you don't have to pay for it, so just go out there and do a search for it. And you can see the music that we've been listening to the past couple of Halloweens.
Yeah.
So, all right, so here I go. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, it's definitely our fault, Left Hand. It's our fault.
I would give this one, if I remember the way it tasted when it was fresh, I would have given it like a 5 still. Like I wouldn't have given it super high.
Yeah.
But the way it is now, because we let it go flat, I give it like a 3.
Yeah.
So sorry.
So
I'm not even gonna finish drinking this.
yeah,
So.
why we get a growler? This is why we usually don't get a growler, because we don't drink it ASAP. We had to wait actually a week or so in order
Well,
to get
so
this.
part of the thing also is that pumpkin beers get released like at such different times. Like you'll have some early October, and then like Pumpkinator, which is the one like the gold standard for Texas, Pumpkinator from St. Arnold's in the Houston area. They don't release until like late October, and so if you don't get the early pumpkin beers, they're gone, and because you're waiting for Pumpkinator, then that's the only one they have left. This year, like everybody has Pumpkinator, so I don't know if they brew too much or people just aren't drinking the pumpkin beers this year, but there's Pumpkinator on sale everywhere, HEB and everywhere else, so go ahead and get some.
Yeah.
It's a pretty solid pumpkin beer. So.
Well, what I taste now, because it is flat, it tastes like I took a glass of water, took some pumpkin spice, and just kind of just liberally put it in there, and then drank it. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to taste this fresh. I think I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 4, and you gave it a 5.
No, I said 5 when
when it was fresh, so it's a 4 now?
I give it a 3 now.
Oh, he gives it a 3 now, so there's a 3 and a 4. So we apologize again, Left Hand, if you want to send us some fresh beers,
It's our bad.
please let us know and we'll be able to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this beer, and then we'll move on to the next one. So quick break. All right, so here we go. Now we're gonna hit our last 2, both of them
Now
from.
we have the last glass is Hoppin' Frog, which we've tried before.
Oh, that's right, which we tried before. You're right, you are correct. Brother Rob corrected me. We are now into the 2 St. Arnold's, St. Arnold's being out of Houston area. We have 2 Pumpkinators, so they're both, are actually 2 Pumpkinators. They are both barrel aged. However, one of them has an addition to it. We're going to try the regular one first. So this is a Pumpkinator. This is 13.8 ABV. This is 2024 release. So I'm not going to go into the whole story of St. Arnold. You can look it up and see.
Solid Houston area brewery.
Yeah.
Fun fact: they had a focus group here in Austin like 5 years ago, or oh shit, it was probably longer than that. It was probably like 8-10 years ago, where you got to go. They were at a just like a regular bar, and then they just had a bunch of different St. Arnold beers, and they were doing a focus group, and they were taking feedback on the St. Arnold's beers, what you thought about their story, their logo. It was pretty interesting. They ended up not changing any of their logo, but their beers, like, kind of since that time, have been on an upward trajectory. So I think they did that focus group all over Texas, and I think they got some good information off of that, which is kind of cool.
So in other words, the brewery department took advice, but the marketing department said, "Hey, screw you.
Okay.
We're going to stay with this logo and everything our way anyway."
Well,
So
yes and no, but I because if I remember correctly, our focus group liked the logo and thought it was kind of cool and interesting.
well, see, then that gives them
there you
gives
go.
them fire ammo to be like,
So-
we got one group that liked it, so we're going to keep
At
it.
least the group in Austin liked it. So I don't know about the
There
others.
you go. So we're going to start with Brother Rob.
I don't for a barrel age. I don't smell the barrel right away. I taste it though. It's good. Good stout. Yes. Don't taste pumpkin, but it's a good stout.
It is a good stout.
I like it. I really like it.
I agree. I think it's a good stout, which is pretty good. St. Arnold does pretty good on their stouts. However, I don't taste a bit of pumpkin in this thing. Maybe that's why we think the stout is so good, because there ain't no pumpkin in it.
Yeah.
And again, St. Arnold's, if you have a discrepancy with our judging and you'd like to have us rejudge, please send us free samples of your Pumpkinator and any various stouts and beers you would like to send us, and we can update our ratings accordingly. It's still free, by the way, so before anybody checks. All right, so any more?
No. Like I said, I taste the bourbon barrel aged, but it's not over the top, which is why I like it as a stout. Like I typically shy away from some of the bourbon barrel aged stouts because they tend to like taste really, really sweet, and this one does not. And also, like, smell the alcohol, like the other one where the alcohol hits you like right in the face, and then it affects your taste, right? The smell.
Right.
So I like this one that the smell is not overpowering, and then when you taste it, it's just like a solid stout. It's got some flavor into it, but it's not pumpkin that I can discern. I don't have the best palate in the world, but anyway, I like it.
Yes, I totally agree. There's
on sale at HEB. Go get some. It's solid.
Yes, and we don't work for HEB either, and HEB does not sponsor the Javier In The Air show, though they should. And in fact, I'm thinking about a new idea called for a new show, an additional show called Javier El Coco. So all the shows that have, like, we need to talk about our Latino and Latina culture and Latinx and all these things. I'm going to be like, this is a perspective of basically one of the whitest Latinos you're ever going to see in regards to talking and know about my culture and that sort of thing.
But Latinx is dead. Trump won. Latinx is dead.
Latinx is dead. Sorry, people. It's Latino, Latina again.
The term. So Latinx,
the term.
Sorry, Latinx. I never liked it personally, to be honest with you.
There you go.
I thought it was a little.
This is the beer political show.
Yeah,
Maybe we should.
I thought it was a little strange, and I tend to lean Democrat most of the time. But in that case, I was like, Latinx, like, what the fuck? I didn't get it, right? I mean,
please, if you
my
have,
age is showing Hispanic. That's
Hispanic, old man showing. If you have any comments or thoughts about what we just talked about, please feel free to post them in our show. Yes. Remember, this is a family show, kind of. So keep the comments relatively clean.
There's no kids that watch this show. Right now.
Yes, there's at least one kid that watched the show, so I force sometimes them to watch the show.
Okay.
So anyway.
That didn't sound right. You forced.
No, that's not good. That's not good. The beer's talking already. This is 13.8, by the way. So, so think about it. Let me know what you think about Javier El Coco, and I can go to deep south and deep east in Austin and San Antonio and order
not
stuff
Austin
like.
Anymore.
Can I go? Can I have an enchilada?
Because all the Hispanics have left Austin.
That's true. They have left Austin.
It's all been gentrified. The whole East Austin is.
That is true. So, but there's still
South San Antonio.
South San Antonio, definitely the way to go. You go to you even go to the Texican down there, which is a really old restaurant, and they'll have Mexican food down there. Anyway, so we're gonna go to what do we think about number-wise for our standard St. Arnold Pumpkinator?
All right. So, because I don't think any of these are gonna be over the top pumpkin-y, I'm going to go based on just good flavor. I'm going to give this one a 7. This is the highest rating we've given so far.
Nice. Again, is he giving it a 7 because it's a really good stout, but there's little to no pumpkin taste to it that would ruin it?
Doesn't matter.
Or is it just because it's just overall it's a good?
I said what I said. 7.
He stands by what he says. You're right. Who am I to influence his decision? So I am going to give this actually a 7.2. Why? Because it's not a 7. It's a little bit better than a 7, but not quite a 7.3. And if you would like a full breakdown, I have a book coming out in the spring. Javier and his beer ratings, 0 to 10 thumbs up. Anyway, so all right, so 7.2. There's our ratings for the original Pumpkinator that we have. Now we're going to go to our next one. See you in a bit as we cleanse our palates. Okay, so here we are, St. Arnold's. This is the barrel-aged Pumpkinator, just like the other one, except it has vanilla, cocoa nibs, and coffee in it. So honestly, I don't know if we're going to taste any pumpkin out of it, but we're going to try it now too. This is also a 13.8, and like I said, this is also St. Arnold's, so it's still out of the Houston area, which was big in the Saint area, by the way. St. Arnold was the patron saint of pumpkin beer, and he was big back in the 10th century when Houston was around.
Yes.
So, take it away, Brother Ross.
So this one I actually smell the barrels a little bit more than the last one. Still not overpowering. Oh man, that's really good. No pumpkin taste, but it tastes good. It's really tasty. Oh man. Mm. So I taste the coffee. I taste a little bit of the cocoa and a little bit of the barrels.
Yep.
But it's good. Like they might actually release something like this under a different name, and then just pour it into this and call it a Pumpkinator, like during during the fall. But it's really good.
Yeah.
Get your hands on Pumpkinator and drink it. If you like stouts, they're good. They're good stouts.
It's like at 159 at a bar, and the bartender offers you a gray snail. You know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna explain it. You gotta look it up.
I wonder if that's still the thing anymore after if they call it something else these days. Because you're so fucking old. They might call it something different by now.
It could be something else. In fact, if it's called something else, gray snail was basically what was in the bar mat as you mix your drinks, and it would be spillover of beer and alcohol.
What was the drink mat?
The drink mat, whatever that was called.
Yeah, whatever you poured the drinks on that captured what at the end of the night you would take that and pour it into a shot glass, and you would have your bar back drink it as a way to initiate them.
As a punishment. Javier, drink the gray snail.
That was only supposed to be one time, but they gave it to Hob multiple times.
It was horrible.
He's the kind of guy you love to hate.
You just love to hate me. It's because I have the Kavorka, as some people would like to call. And so some haters gotta hate, and so people hate the Kavorka. So I agree with Brother Rob. It's fantastic tasting. You can definitely taste the vanilla and the cocoa nibs and the coffee. However, Pumpkinator may be the wrong name for this. Maybe they should be the Coffee-nator or the Vanilla-later, or Vanilla-later, or something that's not pumpkin, because this isn't pumpkin. Again, St. Arnold's, if you have the issues with our rating system, please send us some samples so that we can retry, or when you get on my show, I'd love to have you on the show. We can talk about it.
And please tell us, do you release this under a different name throughout the year? Because this is really good. Like, I would drink this all year round.
Yeah.
But you only release Pumpkinator in a limited time.
Right.
So, point me to another stout that's similar to this, and I'll buy it.
Yeah, so does that mean you're taking off the labels, and then in December we have St. Arnold's Santanator or the Alphanator or something, and it's exactly the same thing? We're just asking the questions here. We don't know.
So, could be.
Okay, so Brother Rob's going to now give a judgment.
Yes. I'm also going to give this one, what did I give the last one? 7?
Yeah, 7.
7.5. 7.5. Still not company, but I like this one a little bit more than I like the last one. So, 7.5.
There we go, 7.5. Moving on up to the big leagues, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Anyone? You know what I'm talking about. So, I agree. It is a little bit better than the other Pumpkinator. This is also a 2024 release, and like I said, it's also 13.8, so that could be influencing our decision. I'm going to stick with the 7.2. It's just as good as the other Pumpkinator. It doesn't have any pumpkin in it from what we can tell, which makes this a really good stout. So we're judging on 2 stouts here. So 7.5, 7.2, and so it's really good. Now, without further ado, we're going to go into our last beer for the day. Stay tuned.
The last beer that we're scoring today.
That's right, because we'll be drinking more. All right, so here we go. Got to get the other camera going. So now we're on our last beer for the night, for the tasting, not overall, just for the tasting. We are on a one that we have done before. I think it was 2022 that we did it. This is Hopping Frog, which is out of Akron, Ohio. This is their Frog's Hollow Double Pumpkin Ale. It's all brewed with pumpkin spices, which include cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, and clove. So to me, this is like my high school concert or dance that we used to go to in Garden Word, and we would smoke our clove cigarettes in the cafeteria because you were still allowed to smoke cigarettes. So we're going to go ahead and switch to Brother Rob so he can check it out.
Hoppin' Frog typically has some pretty solid stouts, so we'll see. This we've had for a while in the fridge. Oh, but it's still got.
Still got some head
Oh,
to
you know
it.
what? It's not even as dark as I would have expected. It is a pumpkin ale. I thought it was going to be more like a stout. Interesting.
Oh, did I mention this was 8.4? 8.4 ABV. So, what are your thoughts?
You know, I taste pumpkin. It doesn't offend me. It's just not like I don't. Maybe because of the strong flavors of St. Arnold's, that I don't taste a lot of the other spices in additions to this.
So this may be an actual true pumpkin beer of all the beers we've been drinking tonight. As even though this is more pumpkin spice, not a pumpkin beer, that it has a lot of the spices that are accompanied with a pumpkin pie, and so it reminds us that it's pumpkin.
Keep drinking.
Oh, I haven't had a drink yet, so let me drink. Skol, everybody! Salute for those of you in the Latinx community. So.
For Javier, what was it? Javier El Coco?
Javier El Coco. Salud. Salud, people. I'm glad we had this last. Let's put it that way. It's not bad. It's a little light. Coming off of those two 13.8, this makes it a little bit lighter. Again, it's not bad, but I'm tasting a lot of the spices. I can taste the ginger. And I can taste the vanilla, which
everybody likes the taste of a good ginger.
A good ginger. Who doesn't like the taste of a good ginger? It's fantastic. But again, is ginger really part of pumpkin? I mean, like if you have a pumpkin pie, I don't remember even allspice having ginger in it, and allspice is just a bunch of spices put together. So I don't remember ginger in it, but I can taste it. So. As you watch the show, you're going to see that each scene as we go down the list, each video gets longer and longer. I wonder why that is. Is it because we're just pounding down the alcohol? No, Ma, not at all. We aren't drinking. We're not inhaling. We're not imbibing. We're just kind of like, and then we spit it out later. So anyway. All right, so it looks like Brother Rob's getting a good quaff of that. What are you thinking number-wise?
I don't know, man. It's tough because it's definitely more pumpkin-y than the St. Arnold's beers.
Yep.
And it's not offensive.
Okay, it's not offensive. That's a good way to put it.
So for the pumpkin beer tasting, I might have to declare this my highest score because of the pumpkin aspects of it.
So what are we looking at number-wise?
7.6.
7.6.
Which is a point above only because it's got more pumpkin flavors.
7.6. And because it's not flat.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, I think I agree that it tastes more pumpkin-y, quote-unquote pumpkin-y, for a given value of pumpkin, because again, most pumpkin doesn't have a flavor until you add spices to it.
Yeah.
So this is making it taste more like an alcoholic pumpkin pie. So is that a bad thing? No. Is it true pumpkin? No. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. So he went with 7.6. I'm going to go just a step lower and go with 7.5. So 7.5, 7.6. This is the Hopping Frog Double Pumpkin Ale. And Hopping Frog is out of Akron, Ohio. Shout out to Akron. Hopping Frog, if you have a issue with our judgment, please send us a sample, or if a representative would like to come to my studio and we can have them online to talk about it, we can do that. So that's it for 2024. We're going to continue drinking and finish off all beer because our mother taught us to always finish what's in front of us.
There's children starving in Africa.
And there's children starving in Africa, so we have to finish the beer. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure this is on part 2 because we've done enough filming that there's going to be 2 parts now. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please post it in the YouTube channel, Javier In The Air. Not the helicopter guy, this guy. And also, if...
So do we declare the winner?
Well, that would be declared the winner then, because we went the highest. So the winner actually is, this year for 2024, Hopping Frog Double Pumpkin Ale. So in other words, pumpkin pie in a can. Hey, it burns. It burns. I know there's not a cross on it. It's all good. So, all right, everybody. So have a good one, and we will talk to you later. Okay. So there you have it. There is our pumpkin beer tasting for 2024. I think I managed to get everything in the right order and everything for the show. So it's only a few minutes past 30 minutes, so I thought I'd just keep it as one. I was trying to do some different cool special effects, but I couldn't get it working, so it's just going to be straight up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 type of thing. Hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, if you have any thoughts, comments, or concerns, please leave me a message. You can leave it on my YouTube channel, which is Javier In The Air, or my handle, which is Javier In The Air 01. I am not the helicopter guy, so if you're looking for me and you find a helicopter guy, that's not me. Should be good. We decided, Brother Rob and I, that we're going to have a Christmas beer, seasonal beer tasting as well this year. So if you're interested in joining us for that, please let me know. It will be sometime in December. I'm also going to have a tasting party in December, and I will keep everybody up to date on gardening, but that will be on the next show. So I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did like it, please subscribe to my channel. If you also liked it, please let your friends know. Really watch the videos. I think you'll see some interesting comments and thoughts by myself and Brother Rob. So be sure and watch the entire pumpkin beer tasting. I think you'll enjoy it. And I will get back to everybody in 2 weeks. So have a good night and have a good week, everybody. I'll talk to you in 2 weeks.